This is Melissa with Web of Creativity, and this is the Voyage mini album. This video is going to show you the page construction on this album. So let me zoom out. I already did a video showing the whole album. You can check that out on my YouTube channel. And so again, this is going to be the page construction video. So we're going to show you how to construct all the pages and how to mat some of the pages. So we got the mat using the pattern paper, these 4x6 cards, these littler cards. This is the journaling cards from Graphic 45 that I used in this album. And then we have a top loading tag and a very large side loading tag. So we're going to show you the page and the matting. So there's different style mattings I did on the back cover. We have this full mat with the 4x6, and then we have a pocket mat. I only do one in the video, but the tutorial is going to show you the different ways that I matted, whether it be pocket style or mat style. So all that's in the tutorial, which is on my blog at www.webofcreativity.net. And if you're interested, I have kits available under the kit/shop tab on my blog as well. Alright, let's get started. Alright, we need 3 pieces for our page. The cutting guide is in the tutorial, so this is a follow along. The craft sheet piece is our main page. Our long white sheet is the front of the page, and the little piece white is for the back. Go ahead and score it as shown in the directions. So for the main page has half-inch tab, so we're going to fold that over, and we're going to taper the corners so we cut up to the score line at an angle. Then we're going to add tape to the tab. And we're going to fold on the second score line. Turn that around. So it lines up with the edge. And let me get my foam folder. So now we're going to attach it over onto the tab. So that is our main page. Put that aside, and then our front page, we're going to get out our cutting mats. We're going to need our cutting mat and our ruler and craft knife. I'm going to just getting my directions. Okay, so we have Alright, so we have our tab end is on this side. Oh, our tabbed end is on this side, and we have our midsection score line. So we have a couple of tabs. We have this side that's a tab, this side, and this side. So we're going to take, it's a little harder to see because it's white. Let me see if I can scooch that in. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut from our mid tab line all the way down to this end, which this is a tab. So this is our tabbed end. So you can tell which end is our tab. So from the middle score line all the way down, I'm going to turn this so I can see and cut. And then I'm going to turn it over and cut this side the same as I did. Just to that middle score line. And turn this back around, and then we're going to cut it at an angle, or you can use your scissors for that. So we cut it off on that side, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So now we have two wings on this side. So these are our tabs. I'm going to trim these two corners off. So that makes these tabs, and then this one at the other end, I'm going to trim those corners off up to the score line. I'm going to go back out just a bit and remove my cut mat. Alright, from there we're going to fold on this middle line. Flip it over and put tape on our tabs. And then I'm going to fold over and attach our tabs to the back side. Use my bone folder and give those edges a push down, and I'll flip over, and this tab gets folded that way on the back side and has tape on the edge. So the tape's on the back. And then we're going to add we're going to turn this around so the tab's on the left hand side. And we're going to take our 1/4 inch tape, and we're going to put a piece straight down to the bottom, flush to the bottom edge. And then we're going to put a piece across the middle where your tabs end at. I'm just reading my directions here. And then I'm going to put a piece at the top. This is going to make our 2 pockets. So we have this spot open for a tag to slide in, and then this slot open for a tag to slide in. So before we attach, we're going to ink these pages. So this end right here, tab's going to slide in this section right here and then fold down. So then our opening will be up here and our opening will be here. So let me ink the edges of this and then the back piece. I'll go ahead and do that real quick. I'm going to fold on the tab. I'm going to taper the corners. And add tape to the inside. Okay. I'm going to ink everything. Okay, I inked everything. I used Vintage Photo Distress Ink from Tim Holtz. Now that everything is inked, the left side of your page is what's going to go in the binding. So we're attaching the pages to the right side. I like to use the seam of where the page attaches. I always put that at the bottom. So we're going to remove the tape from the tab first and slide it in. And then we're going to remove the tape from the back of the page. Just trying to attach it evenly. Alright. And then we're going to flip it over to attach the back flap. So we'll take the tape backing off the tab. Slide that in. Okay. Note, when inking, you might want to ink your page before you attach it like I did. It makes inking this pocket part a lot easier. So your tags, you have 3 cut tags. So you have one here, and then one at the top. Now this is a pocket. I'll have measurements for a tag that goes in here, but I used the cards, the journaling cards from Graphic 45 collection to fit nicely in there, which is a 4x6, so you can put a 4x6 tag in there. Okay, moving on to decorating. Alright, so we're going to start with our matting our pages. All the measurements are in the tutorial. So you don't have to mat them the way that I did. You can do full-size mats. I'm just going to show you what I did. For the pocket, for this mat I used a punch on one side. If you're punching, the tutorial has measurements for full mat, but take into consideration how much your punch eats out. So if it just eats a little, then add 1/8 of an inch to it, and if it eats out 1/4 of an inch, then add 1/4 of an inch. That's a direction in the tutorial, but just a good tip. The edge that I used is called Deco Shell. It's Martha Stewart punch. I have the corner and the edge for this project. So I'm going to use the journaling cards. I trimmed off a little bit of the edge, and I'm going to mat it and then set it off centered. So that's my first part, and I'm going to decorate it with gears. And then my second part, I corner punched, and then I just add a little accent piece. And then this has a tag that goes, one of the journaling card tags that fits right in there. Alright. So you can use tape is always the best for a permanent adhesive. I'm going to use my ATG for speed and some glue. So this piece right here is for the pocket area. And a pocket right there. Oops. Sorry if I'm off camera. I'm just checking where to place it. For my punched edge, I'm going to use a little glue to keep that edge down. Oops. It's my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive. Alright, for this piece where I'm at, I'm going to have some gears that are going to go a little bit behind. So I'm going to pop dot this up. I used a thin foam squares, and I've already placed them on the back. I'm just removing the backing. And I'm going to oops. I'm going to off center it, so I'm not going to cover the whole back. I'm going to go ahead and leave about a 1/2 inch uncovered. So I'm just figuring out where to put my adhesive. So I'm attaching this piece about 3/4 inch from the edge over here, the pocket edge. So I'm going to put down my ruler. And I just eyeball this center. Yep. I'm going to use a little bit of glue on the corners. I used the same punch, the Deco Shell by Martha Stewart corner punch. And this will slide down just a little bit in the pocket. Put our accent strip. Now with the gears, I'm going to use my glossy accents. Make sure I don't need to poke a hole. Alright, I got some really small gear. Let's see if I can. And he has a little circle where his hat is. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and attach the rest of my gears. With these gears, I go along the edge because they're not, some of them bow a little bit, so it might not stick all the way down. So as long as you get the glue along the edge, you should be good. Hold that down. Find something to hold that for a second. Oh, I added glue all the way around and I didn't want to. Try that again. Okay. I'm going to have this gear stick out on the edge. Like that. Okay. gears. Oops. And that's why I had something hold it down, because it doesn't stick right away. Put something heavy on it. Got another little guy I'm going to put in the middle of the circle, the O in Voyage. Oh. I got too much glue on my fingers. The gears are sticking to my fingers. Okay. Got a couple more. I did, after I cut all my mats out, I did ink them with the same ink that I used on the page here, which is the Vintage Photo Distress ink. That looks even. Alright, let's set that on there for a second. Then we have the back side. So then you have your tags. So there's the front of your page. There we go. Well, let me see if I can zoom in so you can see what I did with all the gears. So I put a couple at the top, a couple down here, and then the one that's on his little head there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over. You can see, oh, I'm still zoomed in. See this flap here? What we're going to do is I punched the edge so it goes a little bit with the front. But this time I'm not matting my journaling card. So I'm just going to attach it like that. So it has a partial mat. And we're going to make this into a pocket. So let me go ahead and get this down. Okay, with this one, we're going to make a pocket. So we're just going to stick tape around the bottom or the side here and go up a little short of 2 inches. So I'm going to grab my ruler and I'm going to make sure that I stay under that 2-inch mark. I'm going to take the tape off of it. Okay. Then I'm going to line it up evenly. There we go. So then we have space for a pocket which fits a card. There we go. That's done. Now to do this flap over here, I got my pieces cut out and I punched the bottom edge. And then this piece is going to go on the bottom. It's a sticker out of the collection. All right. There we go. Let's get these down. Oh well. It's just a little off center, but it stuck. Okay. With the inside, there's a couple of ways that I did this section, but I always left enough room for a nice size photo. So what I did with this one is my photo mat where my photo goes, I just punched I punched both sides of the edges. So a nice photo will go right here. The other one I did bigger mat and then a strip at the bottom for a pocket so you can stick the journaling cards into. I'll show at the beginning of the video, should have showed all the pages. Or I'm going to show all the pages at the end of the video when they're all done. Okay, so I'm going to put this at the end. Like that. Okay. I'm going to turn it this way so I can see me lining it up close to the top edge. There we go. And I have a paper towel to dab. But the glue dries clear, so you can't see it once it's dry. And I attached it upside down. Put a picture there, can't tell. So nobody say anything. I'm going to put this in the middle. Looks good. Oops. Alright, I'm going to attach this guy. Okay. Okay. Now I have the inside. Okay, now we can attach, I'm going to zoom all the way out. Now we can attach our first page to our album. Oops. I'm going to take my tag out. Okay. So we have all our binding strips. Binding strip down. And this is going to be my first page. So I have both sides taped. I'm only going to take off one side first and slide it down because I want to make sure that it doesn't get caught when you're folding, moving your pages back and forth. So I'm going to take off the first one first, and then I'll take off the tape at the back. No, it's going to catch. There we go. There we go. Looks good. Then I'm going to come over to the back side and use my craft knife and the sharp edge and peel off that tape backing without poking myself. It would be easier if I had my tweezers in here, but I don't. There we go. And that looks perfect. Perfect. So let's see if I can get this. I wonder how far that will zoom in. So we got this clean edge right here and a clean edge right here. There we go. One page in. Alright, lastly we have, after the pages are all matted and decorated, we have the tags. What I did was I preferred to mat all the pages and then use whatever scraps I had left for my tags. So I just used the bits and pieces for the left pocket, and then of course the bits and pieces for the top loading pocket. I can do full matte, or I like the two-toned right there, and then a little piece in the middle. Each one has a gear at the top. And then for the bigger mats, I use the punched edge piece, and then my gear is my tag topper, and then a sticker from the sticker collection. So those are the tags. So all of them have the gears. And then there's your tags. Now on the back side I didn't make a tag. These are cut out of the collection, and then this is a card from the journaling card stack. Okay, that's it. Anything else that you need is in the tutorial. I showed the different matting styles of the back areas. Some were pocket and some were photo mat area. So you have the photo mat and a little sticker area. And all the tags are decorated the same way. And that's it. If you want a kit, it's on my blog. The tutorial's on my blog. It's www.webofcreativity.net. Alright. Thank you for watching.